Welcome to the Humans Outside podcast, where we focus on heading outdoors from our perch in Alaska while hearing from fascinating outside-minded guests. I'm Amy Bushatz, and since 2017, I've spent at least 20 consecutive minutes outside every single day. On this show, we hear from others who make heading into nature just a part of who they are too. Ready? Here we go. Tis the season for holiday shopping. If you're anything like me, you're out there hitting the sales for gifts for friends and family and stuff for yourself. I mean, let's be real. We all like gifts. And of course, here at the Humans Outside podcast, we're laser focused on gear and gifts for heading outside. Since I started learning to get outside about 6 years ago, outdoor gear has been my favorite type of gift. The problem, of course, is that there is an endless supply of outdoor items in the world that you may or may not need. Okay, you probably don't need most of them. But there are many that make your outdoor life easier and safer, and there are many that are just great gifts. And that's why I've been working the last several months to create for you the Humans Outside 2020 Holiday Gift Guide, packed with items that we use and love. We've even worked with some of these companies to put together Humans Outside Gift Guide giveaways so you can get your hot little hands on some of these great gifts to give away, or, my advice, keep for yourself. Instead of having you listen to me talk about all this stuff, I've got two great guests today. First, we're going to hear from my more adventurous half and husband, Luke Bushatz. Luke, welcome to the Humans Outside podcast, and thanks for coming on to talk about some of the gear we have in our 2020 Humans Outside gift guide.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, okay. The very first item we have in our gift guide is the Knox Gear Tracer 360 Visibility Vest. Okay, so the Tracer was designed to keep runners, walkers, and cyclists safe and out of harm's way by making them really, really visible to drivers in any weather conditions. And of course, here in Alaska, we love this vest because it's, well, flashy. What do I mean by that? Can you describe this vest for us, Luke?
Sure. So this vest is over-shoulder, under-shoulder kind of vest that has LED light bars for a lack of detailed description. So this vest has over-under shoulder light bars that can be a solid color, whether that's red, green, orange, the full spectrum of colors, right? Or it can cycle through all of those in a blinking fashion. And that provides clear visibility to drivers and makes you clearly visible. And it's really great for us as we participate in runs that may be going on at night in our neighborhood or in our local town. And since it's dark out, this allows us to be clearly visible to everybody. And
Yeah.
it's really great. And it brings peace of mind to me when I have my 8-year-old who likes to suddenly dart out into the road wearing a lighted vest.
Yes, that would be our 8-year-old. Yes. Okay, so it's very flashy. It's super lightweight. It's battery powered with just batteries that are probably already in your house, so you can change them out really easily. Turns off and on with one little button, clips around your middle. Love this vest. Love the Tracer 360. And I'm actually going to be getting this for a few people this year who I hope are not listening to this, because when I run with my friends and I'm the only person wearing one, they make me run closest to the road to be the flashiest light. Seems unfair. We all need one of these vests.
All right, Knox Gear is going to have a great sale for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. But here at Humans Outside, we also have a special code for listeners off the full price of $69.95. It can't be combined with sales, but using the code Humans Outside, all one word, you'll get 35% off full price.
Awesome. So that's Humans Outside code, all one word, 35% off full price if you miss the Black Friday or Cyber Monday sale on the Knox Gear Tracers 360 Visibility Vest. And of course, we've got the Tracer Vest as part of our giveaways, which everyone should hit humansoutside.com to learn more about those giveaways. Yeah, Okay, next on the gift guide, my favorite socks, Belega. I've talked about these as my outdoor hero on our weekly outdoor diary episodes before. So, Luke, can you confirm that I love these socks?
You do love these socks. These socks are all over our house, thanks
Well, that's
to our
not my
small
fault.
doggy that likes to carry them around. But we have lots of these socks.
Yeah. I love these socks because they are like feet clouds. They're not my favorite outdoor winter socks specifically, but they are my favorite everyday and regular running socks. They are super cushy and wicking, and I love them. I think everyone should get their hands on these socks. They're super affordable. They are like between 10 and 15 bucks depending on the style. And so far, I mean, limited forever understanding because I've had them for a couple of years, but and not like for all time, but so far they last forever. I have yet to put holes in any of them, which is kind of incredible because I somehow put holes in all of my socks except for these.
Yeah, they are super durable. You've had them for years, and for the investment, like by the time you wear these out, they have paid for themselves 4 or 5 times over.
Yeah, we assume because that's yet to happen here. So
Right. They've already paid for themselves 4 or 5 times over.
yeah, and of course, we also have a giveaway this week on one of our 7 days of giveaways of the Belega, a pair of Belega socks because I love them and I think everyone should have a chance to wear them. But because I cannot give everyone everything in the world, I'm just going to give them to one person. That could be you. You got to enter on humansoutside.com. Okay, sticking with the theme of feet, we have combat flip flops. Luke, do we wear flip flops in Alaska all year round?
Absolutely. In fact, I was sweeping off our back deck this morning after getting a half-inch dusting of snow last night in my flip-flops so that I could get into my hot tub. But definitely all year round, wearing the flip-flops, rocking them for around the house duties and details all year
Yeah.
round.
Yeah, that's like a you thing though. I'm gonna not gonna lie to people. I do wear my flip flops in the summer, my slippers in the winter. My toes get cold. But you're a full time flip flopper. Flip flopper. That's a fun word. Okay. Of course, combat flip flops is special. All right. If you haven't heard about these guys, and this is why they're on our gift guide, because they have a great product and they're a fantastic company. Company is veteran owned. The founders wanted a way to create jobs and fund education and other services in war torn countries, like where they had deployed in Afghanistan. So their products are made in Colombia and Afghanistan. A portion of all sales goes to educating girls in Afghanistan. And they make a really quality product that we're excited to also include, thanks to Combat Flip Flops, in one of our giveaways. So that's a really great product. The cost of the Combat Flip Flops is like 40 bucks. Awesome product, awesome company, great to wear all winter long if you're Luke, and included in our giveaway. Okay, last but not least for now, we've got Scotty Vest, a big ticket item on our giveaway. I'm really excited to include it. Luke, tell us about Scotty Vest.
Okay, so Scotty Vest is this really cool company that is founded on the premise that you don't need to carry a bunch of different things to be able to travel and carry everything you need. So their vests and jackets and their clothing are designed with lots of carrying options. So you can be able to carry everything you need with you, let's say, onto the airplane without having to like check a bag.
So it's like all of your stuff is in the pockets
Yeah,
on
so
the
like
jacket.
I have this great Scotty vest that I can put an iPad or a Kindle Fire or whatever device I need, plus my cell phone, plus snacks, plus maybe a drink, maybe hide a number one cheeseburger meal from McDonald's. But in all seriousness, like their clothing are designed to look great and at the same time have all of these storage systems in it so that you can carry everything you need um, while you're traveling. They're really, really cool.
Yeah. Okay. So uh the cheeseburger is not included in our Scotty Vest giveaway, but we are giving away a Scotty Vest Vest 101, which is about $110 if you're just going to buy it. And you can score one in our giveaway, which is really exciting. So that's that's for Scotty Vest, and that's on our Humans Outside gift guide for this year because it's awesome. And the person in your life who wants to carry a cheeseburger on a plane in their vest definitely needs one. So, okay, Luke, thanks so much for your help with our list for the Humans Outside holiday gift guide. And we'll talk to you soon.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And we're going to bring Luke back in a little bit to talk about some gifts that you might think about as stocking stuffers. But here now to help us with the rest of it is one of my so-called running wives, Rachel Gernat. You heard all about her outdoor story back in episode 46, and she's going to help us talk about the rest of the things on our regular gifts list, including a few more that we have as a giveaway. Rachel, welcome to the Humans Outside 2020 Holiday Gift Guide episode.
Thanks, Amy.
All right. So the first thing, now I have you on this episode because you and I love the same kind of gear. Is that accurate?
That is accurate. And then we have to buy said gear for each other so we can both own it.
That's right. Exactly. Okay. So the very first thing I want to talk about is something we've both received as gifts before, though not from each other. And therefore, we know it is an awesome gift: hiking poles or trekking poles. Why are trekking poles awesome? Tell us why.
They're awesome. They're awesome because, well, lots of reasons. The main reason is they save your legs. So this idea that you can go out and do all the miles or all the mountains or all the things just with your body and you'll feel great the next day isn't always true. When you're going up and down a lot or just going very long, they really do help save your legs, which is good for that day, but also if you want to go multiple days in a row. So that's the main reason they're good. They're also great in winter.
Yes. But the thing that's tricky about poles is that you think you don't need them, but you do.
You do. So I have multiple poles. I have very sturdy poles that I would use if I was more going to use a lot of weight bearing, like I was going to hike and I was wearing a big pack, or in the winter when I'm worried about it being very slippery on the way down or even up, and I'm going to put a lot of weight on them. And the downside is they're hard to carry if you're not going to use them. So my other set of poles are collapsible carbon poles, which are very, very light, and you can strap onto your pack and you don't even know they're there until you need them.
So exactly, they're exactly what you said, right? There's like a whole variety of kinds, different handles, different weights, different heights, different ways to collapse. If you're going to buy them for somebody or for yourself, you want to make sure that you have the right kind. That's what you want and what you're going to use it for. So like if you're going to use them in the winter, you probably want sturdier ones, like you were saying. If you're going to run with them like we do, you're probably going to want light ones that collapse really, really well. If you're going to use them in the winter, you probably want to have a cork handle so that the handle doesn't get too cold.
And a big basket on the bottom for if you live in snow, if you live somewhere that there's snow, because you don't want them to sink through the snow.
No, you really don't. And if you're going to hike with them and not run, then they can like collapse by telescoping down instead of collapsing really, really small, which is what we like with ours, so that they fit in our tiny little runner pack, which isn't important if you don't have a tiny little runner pack. So
exactly. But it's also if you the ones that telescope down, I have those too, and those are great for what you said. They're easy if you have a bigger pack. They're heavier, which is why they're not great for running. The thing with the running ones, though, is you have to order them by size because they collapse, they fold up, and so you buy them by your height.
Yes. So in short, running poles or hiking poles or trekking poles or whatever you're using them for, poles are awesome, but you have to be very specific about the kind you're buying. So in general, great gift, but be specific and know who you're buying them for and what they want.
Right. And greatly appreciated gift. So that's a good one.
Awesome. Okay. Next on the gift guide, and something that we are including in our giveaway, on one of our 7 days is Clean Canteen, which is a really fabulous metal reusable water bottle. Rach, you are a fan of the metal water bottle, are you not?
I love the metal water bottle. I have
Because
many.
you can put stickers on them and they're
Mhm.
insulated and they don't really leak and they're fantastic.
And they can have different tops. You can have a
Yes.
top that has just a spout to drink out of, or it can have a top that you screw off. I love the
Yes.
metal water bottles year round. Some people think, why would you need them in the winter? Because it's cold. Why do you want cold water? But your water, you do want cold water, and I find they don't freeze as fast. They will freeze if you leave them in your car for days on end, but you can leave them in the big one in your car, do whatever you're doing, running, hiking, skiing, skating, etc. And then you can come back and it won't be all the way frozen.
Yes. Yes. And this Clean Canteen water bottle, the TK Wide 16 ounce that we're giving away, is one of these with the interchangeable lids. So while the one we're giving away has this great swivel top and is designed to be spill proof, it can also be interchanged with the straw or a different kind of lid, that, just like you're saying. And these suckers keep liquid hot for 14 hours and iced for 47 hours, which
Mhm.
means that exactly what you're saying, they sit in your car, they do your thing. Now, you said you don't know why you need cold water.
I do.
We must carry different things because I got coffee in mine.
Well, I was thinking about when you leave it, like when you get back and you think you're going to be so cold, but most of the time you've warmed up on whatever it is you're doing, but you're thirsty because perhaps, as often happens with us, is your water on the trek freezes and now you're thirsty and you want something to drink when you get
Such an
back from the
Alaska
car.
problem.
It's a big Alaska problem. I'm working on that. But I was just thinking that I did need to get a smaller one to bring hot water in when we're out. So that actually is something I'm thinking about.
Well,
Um,
you should enter the giveaway.
I know. Oh, I
Easy.
will.
These are like $30 each usually, these 16-ounce ones. But of course, giveaway, which is sponsored by Clean Canteen, is free if you win it. Awesome. I'm going to use my Oprah voice. You get a water bottle. Okay.
Also awesome if you're not, a lot of people do outdoor activities that are not moving from point A to point B. They're ice fishing or they're just skating at a pond, or so they don't have, like, weight is not an issue. And so then these metal water bottles are fantastic because
Yeah,
and if you with children, you have one that's dedicated to hot chocolate and everybody is happy.
that's right. Or coffee. Yeah.
Or coffee. I know.
Okay. All right. I saved what I think might be our mutually loved favorite thing for last. Okay, so it's like a last but not least situation.
Yes.
Gooder sunglasses.
Oh, yes.
So we are including this on the holiday guide because how can we not?
Yeah,
How
exactly.
many of these sunglasses do you own?
So the answer to that is the same answer I gave my kids when they asked me the other day is, define what use or own. Are they meaning that I would use them right now this month, or that they're old, or they're new, or they're just ones I've collected? So I refuse to give an actual answer because that answer is probably embarrassing, only to point out that because we gift gooders to each other so often, I
Yes,
did not purchase all my own gooders.
that's true. I think I gotta own like at least 8 pairs. They're
Oh,
probably
I'm
more.
over that,
Oh
I
my
believe.
gosh. I
Yeah,
didn't even count for this because I was a little embarrassed about it. I'm
I'm
not gonna lie.
embarrassed. I think it could be close to 10.
Yeah. Okay, but the really important thing is that you own gooders that match with your friends.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Yeah,
we own like what, 3 or 4 matching pairs?
we do. We do own multiple matching pairs. And then we've gifted gooders, both so that we all own the same pairs, but then
Yeah.
also as other gifts. I know
Oh
I've won a
yes.
pair of gooders
Hmm.
before. And they're fun because you need them because they have different seasonal themes.
That's right. They're seasonal sunglasses. Okay, so this brings me to, if someone's never had a pair of gooders before, why do we love these sunglasses? Other than the fact that they're fun and you can have matching ones with your friends.
Right.
Why do we like them?
Well, they actually work really well. So one thing is, they are not cheap in production. So
Mm,
you can see out of them well. Problem I often have with sunglasses is I feel they can be almost too dark, and then I have a hard time, like we get in the woods, seeing the trail, or they just kind of throw off my vision. I do not have that problem with Gooders, and they also sell ones that are polarized, and I love those as well. And so they stay on your face. I don't know why or how, but you can
Magic.
be flying down the mountain, jumping over rocks, and they don't slip, they don't fall off. And then they're very, very affordable. I think they're anywhere, depending on the design, and if you get them polarized, be like the special polarized pair, they can be like $20 to $30.
Yeah,
And
really
so
$25 each.
you don't worry about throwing them in your pack.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, if you own like 10 pairs, it's like a pretty sizable investment that we won't discuss further. But
Not discussing.
But it's not like buying Ray-Bans, guys. So that's in our defense. And we have so much fun.
So much fun. And I actually did leave a pair that I really liked on top of Flat Top Mountain in Anchorage. If anybody saw them, those were mine. And but
please return to sender.
Please return. You can send them to Amy. And while I was sad, I did not feel the need to trek back up there to get them, because again, as much as I liked them, they were like $25.
Yeah.
And while it wasn't, when I did it out, like the time management, I thought, well, I don't need to go back to get it. I did then since replace those that my son said I probably didn't need to, but I needed to. Yeah. They were my summer pair.
Okay, so we like these so much that I personally am giving away a pair of Gooders because, I mean, how could I not? Like, I have bought a pair to give away to a lucky winner because I love them, and I think everyone should have a chance to have a pair of Gooders in their lives and start the addiction.
When you win, whoever wins, you need to read the card on the inside because it will make you smile.
That's right. But it's not a card by Amy. It's from Gooder. No, they're funny folks over there.
They are.
All right. Rachel, thank you for your help with the Humans Outside Holiday Gift Guide. We appreciate your dedication.
Thank you. Thanks for having me again.
Now coming back to help us cap things off with a few little items, stocking stuffers, if you want to call them that, is Luke. Luke, welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's talk about sugar that you eat while you're having an adventure, because I like adventures and I like sugar. Let's talk about our two favorite things, honey stinger and Untapped. Okay, but first, what is Untapped? What is that?
So Untapped are packets of maple syrup, and it's amazing.
They're like in the little gel packs that you have if you're running, like maybe you've seen them in REI or in the store. They're like these little like foil-y packs of goo. And this goo is straight up maple syrup.
It's just straight maple syrup, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I always say that while Buddy the Elf was traversing the swirling, whirling forest, he probably used Untapped for fuel because he just likes to drink maple syrup.
I think it was the Great Gumdrop Forest, but yes.
Okay,
definitely
well, whatever.
Was working on the maple syrup at that time.
Yeah. And I have 100%, we like this so much that I have actually wrapped a box of these and given them to you under the tree. True?
Yes. They are amazing, and they're one of the best fuels on the trail or on the mountain or on the go, just traveling during your day.
Because it's like wham, sugar.
Yeah.
Okay, but I really also like Honey Stinger, so much so that I am actually a Honey Stinger Hive ambassador. These little honey gels are not just straight honey the way Untapped is straight up maple syrup, but they have waffles and gels, and they're hands down my favorite thing to take on my running or mountain adventures because it's like a quick hit of fuel as I go. They also have like caffeine in some of them, so there's a variety there. But since Untapped is what Luke likes, that's what we have under the tree. I mean, maybe pretend you didn't hear that for this year, Luke. Okay.
I will. But I also love a good honey stinger. I really do. They're amazing.
Yeah, so maybe you can put those in my stocking. Just a thought, just an idea. But not from our cabinet. Don't, like, you have to buy new ones. You can't use the ones we already have.
Ones, I can't re-gift the ones we already own.
Yeah, I will notice. Okay. Little warning. All right. So we've got two more stocking stuffers. First, let's talk about liner gloves. What the heck is a liner glove and why does it matter?
So a liner glove is in essence a base layer that you would use um, in a under a larger glove or on its own to be able to provide environmental protection. So to keep your hands warm, to protect them from the sun or the cold or the wind. And they come in basically every type of material that is out there, right? So you got cotton, you got wool, you have nylon or polypropylene. Um, and the weight of that glove could be something that's super, super light, almost like a really silky, lightweight one that might just be there to protect your hands from cold wind or sun, to something that's heavy, like a heavy waterproof Gore-Tex lined um, polypropylene or wool that is designed to go under like a shell mitten or a shell glove in the winter, to be able to keep your hand really warm. So the weight, um, it would differentiate based on the season, but basically it's there to add extra protection to keep your hands warm. And I know that for a lot of people out there, keeping your extremities warm is one of the toughest parts about being outside.
Yeah. So I really like the lightweight running gloves from Brooks as liner gloves,
Yep, those are
because
great.
they are like sweat wicking, and mostly I wear them. I wear liner gloves inside mittens because sometimes you got to take your mittens off to do stuff with your fingers, and I want to have something covering my fingers when I do that. So that's like a little extra thing.
Yeah.
What kind do you like, Luke? What kind of liner
So,
glove do you like?
like the light liners from Brooks are a great 3 season glove that I'll wear spring, summer, and fall. And
Yeah,
then
that you mean steal from me, right?
yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll wear those under like a leather climbing glove that I wear all the time. And then when it comes to winter, I'll switch over to Outdoor Research makes a great waterproof liner that's heavier that I can wear under mittens or gloves all winter long as kind of my base layer. That again, I can pull that heavy glove off if I need extra dexterity and have that liner, which is great. And other clothing companies out there make great waterproof liners as well. Some people might not want a waterproof liner; they want something that's a little more. The problem with the waterproof liner is it holds a waterproof layer will hold wet water in and keep it out. So if you're a sweaty hands person, a waterproof liner might not be up your alley,
Yeah.
and you want something that breathes better. But for me, the waterproof liner works real good in the winter.
Too fancy for us for a stocking stuffer. Liner gloves can be as cheap or as expensive as you want since they can
Yeah,
literally be anything from those like knit little jobbies in the dollar bin that many of you listening might actually just use as your regular gloves, because you live somewhere where that's doable. Or they might be what, the thing Luke's describing, which is a lot more expensive. Okay.
yeah, but still not out of the price range of
Yeah.
affordability.
Okay. True. Fact. All right. Okay. Last but not least, we have the workhorse of the gear closet, the buff. We
Yes,
aren't giving
the
one
buff.
of these away, but I think you should all strongly consider including them in your list. Luke, describe a buff for us. What is it? What is a buff?
So a buff is just a tubular piece of cloth that's open on both ends, and basically it's like back in the day in the '70s they had the ascot, but instead of like
Okay, a buff is not an ascot. An
no, a
ascot
buff
is
is
a
not
hat.
ascot. No, so it's a tubular piece of cloth that you're able to put over your neck or head or ears. It can be manipulated in so many different ways to be able to cover basically your whole face and protect your head from the elements. And it's super functional. It does a great job of being able to keep somebody's body heat regulated as you're in a high aerobic activity, such as
Yeah.
running or climbing or something that's going to cause you to have a high fluctuation in your body core temperature as you're moving up and down, maybe slow and then fast and fast and slow,
Okay.
and
Hold
being
on.
able
Hold
to
on.
use
Hold on.
that.
Hold on. First of all, we have to go back to the ascot because I said an ascot is a hat and you just walked by that. And that was a little disappointing to me.
It's not a hat. It's a neck thing.
This is a little like inside joke because Luke had an ascot for reasons that I don't want to talk about or really understand. And he said, "Oh, I have to get my ascot." And I was like, an ascot is a hat, and an ascot is not a hat. I did not know what an ascot was, but it sounds like a hat. I mean, come on. So that's why I said that. An ascot is in fact not a hat, but a buff also not an ascot. Okay. A buff is actually a brand name. But
Right.
it's sort of like Kleenex. Like Kleenex is a brand name, but we use the term Kleenex to describe off-brand Kleenex. Same thing with a buff. I like to use the buff as a Kleenex, since we were on the subject. I use it I keep it around my wrist as like a convenient hanky, because if it's like cold outside, your nose might run if you're like me and you just need like a little nose wiper jobby going on. I also use them around my neck to keep my neck warm. I use them as headbands to keep my ears warm and my hair back. You can twist that sucker into a hat. You can pull it over your head and down the back of your neck under your ski helmet, or you can do all of those super fancy things with big words like regulating your body core temperature that Luke was using a second ago.
And I'm a baseball cap all year type of guy. So the buff is kind of my go-to to be able to wear a hat and at the same time provide protection around my face.
Or you could just wear a better hat. Ugh.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
could
why you do that.
know.
We're wandering into some marital discord, guys. Let's
Yes.
backtrack because I think it looks really silly when he does that. But he's not the only one who does that, so there you go. He also, okay, while we're on the subject, he also wears his baseball cap with a
Just a fleece
like a
hat.
stock, yeah, like a fleece hat pulled down on top of it for reasons that I cannot comprehend. Why not just wear the fleece hat instead of the baseball cap? Maybe you should tell us since we're on the subject.
Because the baseball cap provides a visor that keeps the sun out of my eyes.
But it's dark outside.
Well, that may be true.
All right. Neither here nor there. Okay. Um, Back to buffs. They are small and super lightweight, and that's why they make good gifts.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, they are small, super lightweight, they're affordable, and they make a great gift because if people have never used them before, they will become instant converts once they use them.
That's true. All right. Thank you for your help.
All right.
Well, guys, that's it. That's the end of our 2020 holiday gift guide. We've got one final giveaway that we're doing, and that's for Humans Outside decal and one of our really fun new keychains. Obviously, we can't resist giving that away. Today, we've told you about a dozen or so really great gifts for this holiday season and 7 giveaways. We're running a new giveaway daily with a few days to enter each one between November 19th and November 25th, and the last giveaway closes November 29th. So you enter it on the 25th and it closes the 29th. You can see all the rules for entering with each of those giveaways and find them announced on Humans Outside on Facebook and Instagram. So good luck, and we've got an episode break next week for Thanksgiving, so we will see you after that. That's it for this week's episode of the Humans Outside podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, give us a little love and leave a rating and review to make it easier for other listeners to find the podcast too. Until next time, we'll see you out there.